Okay, so here we go. All right, so hello everyone. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope you got a chance to relax. I sure did. It was really nice because usually my husband and I, we travel or we're with family or something and something's going on. And right after the hurricane, we have a place at the beach. So we thought that we might have to go to the beach and go check out the disaster and see what was happening there. So luckily we did not have to go. Everything was perfectly fine. So thank you for all of you guys who sent your prayers and were with me for the for healing and slowing down that hurricane, because it was supposed to be pretty bad here. I've got about 5 cases of water that still need to be used, but that's okay. I will work with that. You know, so this weekend we did get to relax a little bit, and we didn't have to travel, so that's always nice. But I am very glad that you all are here. It's so nice to see everyone. Like I said, you could put your questions in the chat box, or you could press *9 to raise your hand. And this is our second group call today. So we're just starting out, and you know, I see people starting to come on in. I'm just trying different times to see what time works best for people. So sometimes we'll have a lot of people, sometimes we won't have too many people, but still, you're here and I'm here for you. So welcome, welcome. Now today, this is our second group call, like I said, and I'm going to announce about 15 people that are on this live call to win one of my newest MP3s that I'm getting ready to launch a new program with From Heartache to Joy on October 30th. So I want 15 people to try out my new MP3, and everyone might get a different one. I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to do it, which MP3 I'm going to do, but I'm just going to tune into your body and see which one I feel might you need. Okay, so there's going to be 15 winners. At the end of this, I will announce them. And let's see, what else? So, oh yes, you do have to be live. I think I said that. Let's see. Oh, in return, if you don't mind giving me a testimonial, I would really, really appreciate that, okay? Let's see, what else? Oh yeah. So letting you all know that the membership starts October 1st. Our monthly membership. I have a lot of people that are monthly members, and they just love it because they love the benefits. So if you have not checked out the monthly membership, I highly recommend you do so, because you get great discounts on MP3s, and you get great discounts on sessions, as well as 21 days of healing and 2 group calls. So you can't really beat that. It's just a nice way to get continuous healing if you like what I do. So I hope to see a lot of you there. And there's no contract, so that's always nice. Now, for those of you who are joining us the first time, these calls, this platform is to get advice. It's to get suggestions. You know, a lot of you buy my packages and then you email me, or, you know, on Facebook, you're asking, oh, Deepal, this is what's going on in my life right now. Which MP3 do you recommend? And so this kind of gives you an opportunity, a chance to connect with me, get your questions answered. So we're going to be doing meditation. We're going to, I'm going to give you guys advice, suggestions, whatever's going on in your life right now, I want to know. And we're going to talk about a particular topic. So for each call, I do come up with a topic, and we start out with that and see where it leads, and see what transitions for you guys. You know, on these calls, there's lots of transformations that can happen. So I'm glad to be here for you. And so next time, definitely invite friends and family if you like being on these calls, okay? So here's today's topic, all right? And I want to talk about this before we start our meditation. And it's something that either will make you cringe or it's going to make you feel like a lot of emotions are coming up around this topic. And it's called forgiveness. Forgiving. Forgive. Okay, that word seems like it's been thrown out a lot. And so what I decided to do was I really said, you know what? All these people are talking about forgiveness. Like, what is it? What does it mean? I don't even know. If I really think about and look at this word, I don't even know how it makes me feel, but it doesn't have a good vibe to it, a good energy. I just don't see that. It just doesn't resonate with me because I don't understand it, at least not right now in this point in my life. Or have I ever? I don't think. And maybe one day I will, but you know, I was looking at the definitions. How is forgiveness defined? Okay, so the definition is stated as an action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is forgiveness? So then I look at some of these other definitions and it says, stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. But, okay, I get it. But what if that mistake or offense is to the extreme? What if it's something tragic, leaving a person in trauma, in shock, like leaving their body just drained, right? How do you forgive that? Forgive, again, that word, right? How do you just let go that anger, that resentfulness? Like, how do you do that? Right? That's hard. So then does the meaning change, right? It does a lot. It does for a lot of people. The meaning of forgiveness, like, think about it. Think about it on your part. And I want to hear from you guys. Like, what does it mean to you? Okay. And whatever comes up right now for you, just write it down. Maybe you want to just write it down. And you could put it in the chat. What does forgiveness mean to you? Because I want to hear what you guys have to say. So let me read a little further, because psychologists generally define it as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance towards a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether or not they deserve your forgiveness. So in terms of a conscious effort, we all try to make that conscious effort with whatever happened in our childhood, whatever happens as adults, right? With our children, our spouse, certain people, it's easy to let go of things and make peace with certain circumstances, events. And then there's others where it's not so easy, right? So how do I define forgiveness? I don't. I would rather just not even use the word. I would rather just say finding your peace with whatever situation or event or circumstance that you've been through, because that's what you're trying to do, is find peace, you know. And yeah, sometimes we do have to make that conscious effort, but it doesn't always work when you try to do it with that conscious effort. right? And let me tell you my story, okay? And how, somebody said it for her, it came up as freedom. And that's great. If forgiveness means freedom to you, then use that word, right? I want you to use the word that resonates with you if the word forgiveness doesn't resonate with you. Because, of course, to forgiveness, there's all these steps, right? Do you have those steps? Do you even know those steps? How long have you been doing those steps, right? Are you tired of it? Yeah. So let me tell you why this could be a subconscious effort, okay? And how it does become conscious, because here I am as a 10-year-old girl, okay? And for about a year or so, I was molested. And it was very scary because my mom was working all the time. My dad was working all the time. And after school, I would come home and find this person in my home. And they were living with us. So, you know, they would be basically waiting for me to come home and touch me inappropriately. Okay. This particular person was in charge. My mom had put them in charge of tutoring me. And instead of tutoring, they were blackmailing me to do something I did not want to do. But at that time, did I know that? I knew there was something off and something wasn't right. So I remember telling my mom, because our teacher, I went to a Catholic school, and our teacher had told us to write a story about a time that we were blackmailed. And that's the only thing that kept coming in my mind, you know? And so I wrote it all down. Seriously, this was like 7th, 8th grade. I thought nothing of it. No, it must have been younger because I was only 10, 11 years old. So that's the only thing that would come in my head, like when I was blackmailed. That was the only thing. So I wrote it all down. Lo and behold, I end up in the counselor's office. They're telling me I need to contact my mom, talk to my mom, all this stuff. Oh, goodness. So I tell my mom why the counselor wants her to come to the office. And my mom, of course, I see her sitting there praying to God, and she's bawling. She's crying. And I didn't understand why. And then she tells me to forget about the whole thing. We go to the counselor, and she tells me to tell the counselor that we found another Indian counselor. We didn't find anybody. You know, we were just going to forget about it and put it under the rug, right? And till this day, it seems like my mom treats that person as if they were the victim, okay? So of course I have to find peace with all this. And I had, you know, the counselor did tell me that, you know, and my mom, that this girl will have triggers later on in life, if not right now, right? And I was, for years, I was like, oh no, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It's all fine, dandy. Until I was supposed to have that perpetrator over at my house. And I said, no way is this person walking into my home. And of course, my mom had a big fit about that. She didn't understand why. So of course, I talked to my dad what had happened. And my dad said he had no idea. And when he spoke to my mom said she has no recollection of it. So even though I had told my mom right then and there, she's sitting by God, praying, crying her eyeballs out, she still, till this day, has no recollection of it. Okay? And so years went by, and now at about, I'm 42, about to be 43 in just a couple of days. And just now I've realized that I have finally found peace and let it go, rather than being in that energy of, how am I going to forgive? How am I going to forgive? Forgive. Blah, blah, blah. I can't even say it. But how am I going to forgive? Like, do I forgive myself? Did I do anything wrong? Do I forgive that person? That's not the point. So you won't believe this, but I've actually stayed at that person's house maybe last February, and it didn't bother me. I saw that person, it didn't bother me. I could be in the same room and it didn't bother me. My heart didn't race. I wasn't heating up and my cheeks flushing and I'm sweating, you know, trying to get out of the room. So that's when I knew, that very first time when that had happened, that I had finally found my peace, my freedom, as you're saying, right? And that's a good word. I like that word, freedom. So find your freedom. It may take a long, long time. It took me 30 years. It may take you 50 years or even longer, but you will find it. You know, you have to make that decision sometimes that you do want to let it go and express your pain and what had happened to you. I have expressed it multiple times as to what has happened to me. You'll hear me on telesummits, sometimes expressing myself, because I want to help others who have been in the same situation. And just recently, I put up on Facebook a distraught story about a 7-year-old girl who had gotten raped. That was a huge trigger for me. Huge trigger. I could not sleep all night. I was like, how is this girl going to deal and overcome this tragedy? 7 years old, dragged into the park, put a water pipe up her genitalia, and then raped. It was just the biggest trigger. Like, how could I help this girl? You know, what's going to come of her? Is she even going to survive? So expressing the pain and the emotions, it's really, really important. That's why I always say, you know, start telling your story. I don't care who you have to tell it to. You know, who knows how many people you're going to be able to help. You know, we have to stop being the victim and also stop blaming others. I think I finally came to a point where I stopped blaming this person for what had happened to me. Rather, I pretty much say thank you for that, because I'm here. Because I'm here helping others who have gone through the same thing. So why is this so important? Because it is for your own growth and for you to find your own happiness within your body. Because imagine, how many problems do you have in your body that come from the pain and the hurt and the resentment and the anger, right? I had digestive issues, major digestive issues. I'd have reflux. I had small bowel intestinal overgrowth, you know, candida. I had everything that had to do with the digestive system, constipation, everything, hemorrhoids, you name it. So it's time to move on and find that freedom and that peace within yourself and with your circumstance. Okay, and I want to hear from all of you as to what you're thinking at this time. Okay, so definitely put it in the chat if you can. *9 to raise your hand. But before we do that, let's go ahead and meditate in finding our peace within ourselves. Okay, so let's do 10 minutes of meditation. Okay, so plant your feet nicely on the floor. Take a nice A deep breath in through your nose, into your belly, and out through your mouth. And you could put your hands up, facing upwards, your palms, and just breathe. And with every breath in, I want you to breathe in relaxation. And with every breath out, I want you to release what no longer serves you. Knowing that there is peace at that end of that tunnel. There's peace in every breath. There's freedom in every breath, in every cell of your body. So close your eyes and let's start. Bringing your focus within. Focusing on a mantra. You can focus on Om. And every time that your thoughts come in, just allow yourself to come back to the word Om. Allow it to play in the background. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, into your belly, and out through your mouth. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes gently and easily. Touch your face. Rub your hands. Put your hands at your heart in prayer position. And just bow down. Namaste. Notice how you feel. Notice what you sense. Notice what you released. You know, after meditation, it's a great time to journal what comes up. And if you're not sure how to meditate, please take advantage of my meditation replay, which is on sale right now. Okay? A lot of my MP3s are on sale. A lot of the replays from the health clinic are on sale if you're interested in any one of them. Okay? So I want to hear from you guys. So let's see. I'm just going to go over to the chat. *9 to raise your hand. I believe so. It is *9. So if anybody has any questions, I would love to take them now. Let's see. Okay, I don't see any hands raised, or it's just me. Let me see. There we go. Aha. It was just a matter of coming back to life. All right. Let's see. 609 area code. I'm going to unmute you. Hello, hello.
Hi, Deepal.
Hi.
Hi, dear. This is Pat.
Hi, Pat.
And hi, dear. And I just wanted to make a comment about when you told your story, which I had never heard before, and that was, you know, you were able to forgive because you had something to forgive. I have issues, namely one where it's hard for me to look at people and make eye contact, and I don't have like an incident that I can, you know, call upon to work with. So I just wanted to make that comment. You know, I mean, I don't remember, you know, anything like you had or any incident that would have caused this.
Right. So in that sense, Pat, you know what? It doesn't have to be an incident. It doesn't have to be a trauma. You know what? Even if I didn't have that particular incident, my dad was very strict. Okay, I was never able to look up at my dad. I could never look him in the eye. It was really scary for me. And you know, he was very controlling. Every time I did look at him in the eye, I swear his eyes were so red. You know, like I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me. And I didn't do anything. I was always just so scared of him, you know, because he was always so tired and angry. And I saw the way he used to act towards my mom. Of course, that's changed dramatically. My dad's like the most peaceful yogi now, you know, but even that was very hard for me to look at people because I wasn't used to doing that as a child. So if you can recall, or if you recall any incidences where something triggered, like something happened that scared you and stopped you from looking at somebody, you know, in their eyes. You know, maybe you're afraid to see what they truly think of you, is what I'm getting. You're afraid to see their reaction towards you if you do look at them in the eye. And plus, you're a very sensitive soul. So I feel there's something else coming up for you where you're afraid to look at their soul because you feel like you're going to take on their energies. Does that resonate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's it, Pat. It's not that something may have happened to you. I think you're afraid because you're afraid what you're going to pick up. You're afraid to come face to face with what's going on with them. Yeah. I think we have a breakthrough.
Well, I think I knew that just what you're saying, I think I knew that, but I mean, I don't know why it's carrying on for like 40 years. I mean, because I don't feel it's like incidental, although it may have triggered it, you know?
Right. I think you're going to have to take it one step at a time, just like, you know, each and every one of us who come face to face with challenges or obstacles or whatever we're dealing with. And I think, you know, start slowly, right? You don't have to look every single person you see in the eye, right? Start slowly. Start with one person a week.
Easier for you to say, my dear. It's just not rational. It's hard to even describe. So, you know, it's just not rational for me.
Yeah. I think a lot of it will have to come from within, you know, just taking that time, journaling for what's coming up. That's gonna take some effort too. Just journaling as to, okay, so you go out in public, you know, you're not looking at this person. Why is that happening? Why, what's coming up for you? The emotions that come up for you. You know, I mean, to me, it sounds like a lot of fear. It's just fear. It's fear-based, you know, and it is some past life trauma, but it's more so, it does have to do with this life too. Yeah. Yeah, I think just one thing I definitely recommend is do some meditation around it too, right?
I've been meditating for 40 years. I've had all kinds of healers tell me, you know, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. It just doesn't unhook it, you know, and I'm working as best I can, and so I'm just thinking that maybe I should just make peace with it, and you know, it's going to be here, and that's it.
And you know what? That's a good point, Pat. Like, what if you did make peace with it and say, okay, it is what it is?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to get to that point.
And when you make peace with it, I wonder if it would change. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
When you accept something, okay, you know, we think of these things as faults, right? Like I have a fault.
As what?
As
yeah,
fault,
yeah. Right.
Like,
right.
this is my problem.
Right. A shortcoming. A shortcoming. Yeah. Right.
But is it really a problem? Because can it be my strength? You know? And then
I mean,
people's turn gradually, unconsciously, and you won't even, because I think maybe you're putting too much effort towards this, right?
Well, I really wanted to have a relationship at some point in my life, and I know I sound like a victim, but I am a victim of this thing that, you know, whatever, took on. Anyway.
Yeah, I think sometimes we choose that, and I think it's a lot of perceptions that we have and beliefs. So, you know, we need to change those. So we can work on that though. Yeah.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
Thank you, honey.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and unmute 503 area code.
Hi, Dipple. This is Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. What kept coming up for me while you were doing the talk and during the meditation, and I was able to keep a pretty quiet mind for a while, but what kept coming through was my mom and how I was treated growing up, like I wasn't really worth anything. I had 3 brothers, and the boys were treated like princes or whatever, and I was like the opposite of that, with no value. And one time my mom was going on and on how she'd hated her mom because her mom had always treated her brothers so much better than her. And after she was done, I was probably in my 20s, I asked her, I said, so you thought treating someone like this and this was bad? And she goes, oh, it was horrible. I said, then why is that how you've treated me my whole life?
Right.
And pardon?
No, that's good. That's good that you communicated that.
Yeah, but her answer was just, well, I guess I decided if it was good enough for me, it was good enough for you. And she just walked away. And I realize it's about her, not me. And she passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I still feel like, not just with her, but my brothers are the only ones that are left, and they only want me around when I can do something for them.
Yeah.
And still trying to just let go of that family definition of my value, I guess.
So it's that energy of what I'm sensing, that good enough for me, good enough for her, like what your mom had told you. It's the same thing as my mom putting it under the rug and, kind of like not really caring, that
Yeah.
non-comforting energy, because she just doesn't want to face it or deal with it. Okay, she's just
Yeah.
not ready to. And the brothers, they've just been programmed that way to react a certain way and have a certain kind of behavior with you because it's all been through childhood, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For you, if you can, what is it? You just want to come to peace.
Exactly.
So my biggest thing to come to peace is with a situation. It really is through meditation. I mean, that's, and just letting it go. And like how with Pat, when you accept it, that, okay, this is how it is, right? This is just how it is. And it's not going to change because they don't want to change. And you can't try to change somebody, right?
Right.
So, and you're trying your best. But how much are you going to give and give before you're like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm just creating boundaries. And you know what? It is all about me now. I'm going to take care of myself, my family, whatever I need to do, right? And not put so much energy into this. And
I feel like that's what I've done. I've kind of distanced myself a little bit from, well, like I said, my brothers are pretty much the only ones left, but I'm still working on finding value in myself.
So can you name one value in yourself? One thing?
Oh, yeah. I'm smart, I'm funny, I'm kind. I like to help others. It's like intellectually I can get it, but when it comes down to like emotional, it always comes down to that feeling of not good enough.
Yeah, so here's what I'm finding and seeing is a blockage in the second chakra and also the third. Okay, and this also goes into your heart, this energy, because you are that kind, giving person. And sometimes the heart takes on so much, okay, that you kind of lose your mind over this. Okay, and the heart and the mind start to separate. Okay. And so to bring that back, I want you to, do you have that MP3, the subconscious and the conscious?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so use that MP3, okay?
Okay,
And
okay,
there's also the self-love, right?
okay.
Use that
Mhm.
one too, because I feel like those are really going to help you, especially bridging the conscious, the subconscious, and the self-love. Like it's going to bring it all together for you.
Okay.
And really accept yourself. That's where I'm finding a little bit of a relationship problem with yourself.
Mhm.
You know, so
Yeah.
yeah, see how that goes for you, sweetheart.
Okay. And I do have a private session scheduled, but not for a month with you.
Okay, cool. And you're part of the membership, right?
Um, no, not your monthly one or whatever. I didn't feel like I could afford that, so I did buy this last package of yours.
Okay, no problem. No problem. All right, sweetie. Thank you for being
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, lots of love. Okay. 928 area code. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I got on the call really late.
Well, I'm glad you're
It's, it's Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
I didn't expect to get called on. I guess it must, when you have that phone thing with the password and everything, maybe it raises your hand. But oh, I could use some help. Okay, let's see. I've been having a little bit of vertigo still. I bought the tinnitus MP3, and I bought the ears, replay, the group call. So I'm listening to that, but it's taking forever. Or if you see anything else
Yeah.
that needs to be worked on, I'm open.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see, just tap into your ears. So I am sensing a disconnection. It's almost like a disconnection in the brain and the ears. So I'm just tuning into that. There's some channels in the ears that are congested as well, and they need to be opened up and cleared. It's almost like, is there any pain in that right ear?
Not really. It's everything's clogged. I live in Texas, and it's August and September, and they always have the change of the weather. It comes every year.
Allergies or asthma, is that an issue? Or
Yes, and I'm getting allergy tested in October. So, we'll see if that helps it. I normally get allergic rhinitis,
Ah.
so that's something that kind of tends to,
Yeah. Well, I'm getting, some channels that need to be cleared. So I'm just tuning in a little bit more into the middle ear and the inner ear. And I'm just sensing this interesting pain that's coming through.
My ears are popping like crazy right now.
Well, let's just let that be. Like, let's just let that energy flow through, okay? For a moment. No, my ears are popping.
Oh, it's catching.
I don't know if anybody else's ears are popping. All right.
Yeah, that's one of the things that keeps me probably from doing Reiki on other people, because I'm so afraid of picking up what they have.
No, you're not.
And I know that's not good, but
I know my mom asks me that all the time. Are you, now that you're doing this, are you sure you're not picking up other people's energy? I'm like, no, Mom. I'm like,
yeah,
because that's what we are, you know? So, no.
yeah.
All right. I want you to see how that goes for you. Okay. Just email me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have a session coming up in October, so
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
yeah, it's already scheduled, so we'll
Awesome.
work on it some more.
Awesome. Thank you for
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You have a good day.
You too. All right, I'm just going to mute you. And again, we are going to, let's go ahead and, so the 15 people that are on here, let's see, give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. So here's the winners for today's call. Okay. And I'm just going to either tell you your area code or the name that is coming up. Okay. And what I need you to do is email me, and I'm going to put it in the chat for those of you who are on the computer, Deepal Shah at AnandaForLife.com, and it's number 4. So email me and just put subject a soul group call MP3 winner. Okay, soul group call MP3 winner. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to read off the names. Bodil, you're a winner. Christelle, you've won an MP3. So this one's coming up as Rejoice. I don't know who that is, but I love it. So you have won an MP3. Karen, you've won an MP3. Karen, and then Corinne, Karin. Birgit, I think, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, but Birgit, Lori, Jean, and there is, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Ekaterina, 920 area code, 970 area code, 503 area code, 614 area code, 928 area code. Okay, so you are all winners of one of my newest MP3s, and I will go ahead and see exactly which MP3 I want to give to you. Okay, so be sure to email me at Deepal, DIPALSHAH at Ananda, ANANDA, the number 4 life.com. Okay, so congratulations to all the winners, and I want to thank everyone for being here, and For those of you who did not get questions answered, I hope to see you next time on our Soul Family Group call, which will be next month around the same time, around the same date. So look out for those messages in the emails. If you are not getting my emails, please, please, please make sure it's not in your spam, and make sure you are signed up on my website at anandaforlife.com, okay? And I did put it in the chat box. So I will see all of you soon, and I thank you all for being here. Namaste. Thank you. Have a beautiful evening.